Good afternoon, Czerina, and a pleasure to have you on the desk today.
Good afternoon, Kirshni. Thank you for having me.
Czerina, you spoke about a social media storm. Tell us how that will work to keep the momentum going.
Kirshni, it's unfortunate that in order to get the Nigerian government, the African Union and global leaders to take the urgent and necessary action, that the rest of us need to actually make a lot of noise. We'd like our leaders to respond because it's important, because there are girls that have been missing for a year. But in the absence of that action, we, the public, have the opportunity, particularly on an anniversary where people can revive the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls and remind our leaders that we haven't forgotten about those girls. Our voices may have some impact. I think it already has over the last 24 hours. There's been quite a lot of international media bringing attention again to the plight of the girls, engaging the president-elect Buhari of Nigeria in this dialogue, in this conversation, getting from him some promises, sort of lukewarm, but a promise to do more than the current government of Nigeria under President Goodluck Jonathan have done thus far. A year ago, there was a Twitter storm. More than 1 million uses of the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls in the month following their abduction. But a lot of that international noise died down over the year. The public's attention is short, and the media's attention, the news attention is also short. So anniversaries like this give us an opportunity to bring attention back to the girls, but we don't want to see another anniversary like this.
Czerina, we saw such strong European solidarity in the aftermath of the Paris terror attack. For example, we had something like 3.7 million Europeans on the march. But in Africa, we have scores killed, kidnapped, massacred in acts of terror every week. And there is a glaring absence or lack of global and regional solidarity in Africa. How crucial is it that we have media campaigns designed specifically to build solidarity within the continent of Africa?
I think that having media campaigns and solidarity, not just within the continent of Africa, but global solidarity around the issues of Africa, certainly has the potential of putting important African issues on the forefront of the global agenda, but it's the sustainability of those questions that really matters. We saw, for example, in the viral film about Kony, that for a period of time the world was really interested in the exploitation of child soldiers in and around Uganda. But again, you know, what's happened since? So keeping the rest of the world interested in the issues of Africa is not easy. You know, there are more than 1 billion people in Africa. The projections in terms of the population growth for Africa over the next 80 years are really significant. So that alone should be enough to make the rest of the world interested in what's happening on this continent. But in the absence of that interest, you know, the further away you are, the further the stories of people resonate with your own stories, the more time that's passed, the harder it is to keep global attention. But maybe it would help the rest of the world to know that globally, more than 1 in 3 women are victims of abuse or sexual assault in their lifetime. That's not an African statistic, that's a global statistic. So maybe numbers like that can help the rest of the world outside of Africa, to remember that the plight of women and girls, such as the Chibok girls, the plight of women and girls in conflict, the oppression of women and girls in South Africa, this is a global issue, something that we all have to be concerned about. It really reflects the way that women and girls are viewed by all of society and not just within Africa.
Thank you, Czerina. We'll have to leave it there. We are but stretched for time today. That's it for now. We'll be back at the top of the hour with more news. Don't go away.